in our lives, cluttered with the incessant buzz of social comparisons and the relentless quest for external validation. Ancient Stoic wisdom gently whispers, "Focus on yourself." It is a resounding call to return to our own shores, to the inner sanctum where our true power resides. Safe from the stormy seas of societal expectations and fleeting trends, this wisdom, deeply rooted in Stoicism, teaches us the art of anchoring ourselves in the virtues of self-awareness, self-discipline, and personal development. It reminds us that the only domain truly under our control is our own mind and our own actions. Imagine, for a moment, sailing the vast ocean of life with the unwavering determination of a Stoic. Tea is not about wearing a cloak of indifference or withdrawing from the world. Rather, it is about recognizing where our true influence lies. The Stoics, with their deep understanding of human nature and the workings of the universe, knew that true contentment and success are not found in outer noise, but in inner silence. They believed that focusing on oneself was not an act of self-absorption, but the pathway to a meaningful life, regardless of external circumstances. When applied to our studies and personal endeavors, this Stoic grounding becomes a powerful tool. It encourages us to turn inward and examine our motivations, desires, and actions. Are we pursuing grades, accolades, and recognition for their own sake? Or are we genuinely engaged in the process of learning, growing, and becoming better versions of ourselves? Stoicism teaches us to appreciate the journey itself, to find joy in learning, and to view challenges and setbacks as opportunities for growth. In a world where we are constantly bombarded with images of perfection and success, where achievements are measured in likes and followers, the Stoic practice of focusing on yourself becomes an act of quiet rebellion. It is a declaration that we refuse to be swept away by fleeting popularity or societal approval. Instead, we anchor ourselves in our values, our goals, and our pursuit of wisdom. As we embark on this journey of self-focus, let us channel the Stoic mindset. Let us remember that while we cannot control every event around us, we can control how we perceive it, how we respond to it, and how we allow it to shape us. Within this inner citadel, fortified by self-awareness and discipline, we discover our true potential and the path to authentic success and happiness. And as always, showing your support is simple and free. Stoicism, an ancient school of thought, proposes a profound yet simple principle. Our power lies in governing our inner states rather than being governed by external circumstances. This philosophy serves as a steady anchor amid the stormy seas of life, especially as we navigate study, ambition, and personal development. Let's explore this further. In the garden of your life, where you are both the gardener and the harvest, Stoicism teaches you to tend your own plot of land. Each of us is entrusted with a space, our mind, our abilities, our potential. It is our responsibility to cultivate it. Yet, the outside world, filled with distractions, opinions, and constant noise, often pulls us away from this essential task. We may overwater certain flowers while neglecting others. We may focus too much on weeds. Stoicism reminds us that the health of our garden, our well-being, depends on how we allocate our resources, our time, our attention, and our energy. Understanding the importance of focusing on yourself goes beyond simple self-care. It is about recognizing the essential role of self-awareness and self-discipline in building a balanced and fulfilling life. Rather, it involves making wise choices about the direction our attention takes, being careful not to exhaust our resources on efforts that serve neither our growth nor our happiness. In the context of studies and personal success, applying Stoic principles means prioritizing intellectual and emotional growth over external distinctions. It is about embracing the learning process with curiosity and vigor, meeting challenges with resilience, and viewing setbacks not as failures but as springboards toward deeper understanding and greater strength. This mindset transforms how we approach our studies and our goals. We no longer strive for external validation. Instead, we focus on learning and growing for our own sake. The Stoic practice of focusing on oneself is also a practice of freedom. It frees us from the tyranny of external expectations and the fear of judgment, allowing us to pursue our authentic paths with courage and integrity. By cultivating an inner citadel of calm, reason, and purposeful action, we not only improve our own lives, but also become beacons of stability and wisdom in an unstable world. The Stoic principles of understanding what lies within our control and letting go of what does not form the foundation of practical strategies for cultivating a life of meaning, clarity, and fulfillment. These strategies are not merely theoretical. They are actionable pathways that help us harness inner strength and navigate the world with serenity and focus. Above all, the Stoics teach the virtue of self-awareness, a keen insight into our thoughts, emotions, and actions. It requires pausing to reflect and asking ourselves, what truly matters to me? What are my values? And how do my actions align with them? This introspective practice is not a one-time exercise, but an ongoing process of recalibration. It ensures that we are not drifting aimlessly, but steering our ship with intention and purpose, especially in the realms of study and personal development. This means setting goals aligned with our deepest aspirations and pursuing them with diligence and perseverance, while remaining adaptable to the tides of change. Building a strong relationship with yourself is like fortifying an inner fortress where self-esteem and values are protected from the pressures and expectations of the external world. This involves cultivating habits and routines that nourish physical, mental, and emotional well-being. Whether it is setting aside time for meditation, engaging in physical exercise, or dedicating time to hobbies and passions that uplift the spirit, these practices form the stones that build the foundation of our inner citadel. The Stoic practice of journaling is another powerful tool. By putting pen to paper, we externalize our thoughts and reflections, holding a mirror to our inner world. This exercise clarifies not only our thinking, but also lightens the burden of the mind. It allows us to confront fears, celebrate victories, and articulate aspirations. Journaling becomes a dialogue with oneself where the noise of the world fades into the background, leaving only clarity and the tranquility of our own voice. In our pursuit of self-focus, we are also encouraged to practice self-compassion. The path to growth is filled with setbacks, and here the Stoic counsel of kindness toward oneself becomes essential. We are reminded to treat ourselves with the same understanding and forgiveness we would offer a dear friend, recognizing that perfection is an illusion and that every step forward, no matter how small, still counts as progress. Spending time on activities we enjoy, the Stoics assert, is not merely leisure. It is essential to a balanced and meaningful life. Whether immersing ourselves in art, literature, music, or nature, such experiences recharge the spirit, stimulate creativity, and remind us of the beauty and richness of life beyond duty and obligation. In our effort to refocus on ourselves, one of the greatest challenges we face is comparison and the pull of external validation. Stoic philosophy, grounded in self-awareness and mastery over perception, offers a solid framework for navigating these turbulent waters. Stoicism teaches that the only true possession under our control is our inner state, our reactions, our judgments, and our values. This understanding becomes a guiding light, leading us through the fog of societal pressure and constant comparison. Comparing yourself to others is a trap as old as humanity itself. Yet it is intensified in our modern age by the omnipresence of social media and the relentless emphasis on achievement and perceived perfection. Stoicism urges us to turn our attention away from external elements, the success of others, the distinctions they receive, the material goods they display, and redirect it inward. This does not mean living in isolation or resenting the success of others. Rather, it means recognizing the futility of measuring our worth by standards beyond our control. The practice of overcoming comparison begins with cultivating gratitude for who we are and what we have. By focusing on our own journey, acknowledging our accomplishments, no matter how small, and honoring our unique path, we begin to shed the heavy burden of comparison. Stoicism does not merely preach detachment from external values. It calls for a reorientation toward values that truly nourish the soul and support genuine personal growth. Another Stoic strategy for resisting comparison is regular reflection. This means examining our lives, our choices, and our motivations. Why are we pursuing certain goals? Is it for the joy of growth and learning, or are we chasing fleeting external validation? Such reflection helps realign our actions with our inner values, fostering authenticity and clarity of purpose. Stoicism also teaches the importance of focusing on the present moment. In a world overflowing with distraction, the ability to return to the here and now is invaluable. The past is beyond our reach and the future remains uncertain. But the present is where we can act, choose wisely, and live according to our principles. It is here that we exercise our will, make meaningful progress, and find fulfillment in the process itself. In academic and personal pursuits, this Stoic wisdom translates into seeking knowledge and improvement not to outperform others, but for their intrinsic value. It means studying to enrich the mind, striving toward goals that resonate with our authentic self, and finding satisfaction in our own progress regardless of how it compares to others. The Stoics believed that to live fully, one must learn to surpass oneself. A fulfilling life requires turning inward, cultivating understanding and acceptance that transcend the shifting opinions and circumstances of the external world. This process is not about withdrawal. It is about engaging with life more deeply, grounded in self-knowledge, purpose, and inner peace. The first step in building a stronger relationship with yourself, according to Stoic principles, is rigorous self-examination. It involves questioning your beliefs, motivations, and actions to ensure they align with your deepest values. It means asking, why am I doing what I do? What truly matters to me? How can I live more authentically? This introspection is not always comfortable. It forces us to confront parts of ourselves we may prefer to avoid. Yet it is only by facing these truths that we grow and cultivate genuine self-respect and compassion. Stoicism also emphasizes self-acceptance. This does not mean resigning ourselves to our flaws, but recognizing that perfection is unattainable and ultimately meaningless. Instead, we focus on progress, on being slightly better today than yesterday. This perspective nurtures a kinder, more forgiving relationship with oneself, where mistakes are viewed as opportunities for growth rather than grounds for shame. Another essential element in strengthening the relationship with yourself is cultivating an inner dialogue. The Stoics encouraged a continuous internal conversation, a form of self-guidance rooted in honesty, wisdom, and compassion. This inner dialogue encourages us to live by our principles, to face fears and doubts with courage, and to find contentment in our own company. Gratitude is another Stoic practice that deepens this relationship. By focusing on what we possess rather than what we lack, we shift from scarcity to appreciation, from restless desire to grounded abundance. This does not mean ignoring the areas of our lives we wish to improve, but rather recognizing the value of what is already present. Gratitude deepens our understanding of ourselves and our place in the world. promoting a sense of contentment and well-being. Finally, the Stoic commitment to living according to nature, accepting our true identity and the natural course of life, encourages us to abandon the masks we wear and the roles we play. It invites us to live authentically, with integrity, and to honor our unique path. In doing so, we strengthen not only our relationship with ourselves, but also our connection to the world around us. As you move forward, remember that focusing on yourself is not a journey you take alone. The Stoics, with their timeless wisdom, walk beside you, offering insights that resonate just as powerfully today as they did in ancient times. This is a journey of continuous learning, where each day presents an opportunity to practice the teachings of Stoicism to grow a little more and deepen your relationship with yourself. In quiet moments of reflection, remember that the inner journey is the bravest journey of all. It is here, in the depths of our own being, guided by the steady light of Stoicism, that we discover the strength and serenity that have always resided within us. This path is not merely about self-discovery. It is about returning to ourselves, to a life not driven by external storms or fleeting desires, but anchored in the calm harbors of wisdom and virtue. Thank you for joining us on this journey.